Hello viewers, myself is Dr. Neeta and you are watching my channel Learn Literature with Dr. Neeta. So let us begin today's topic. Hello dear students, today we would learn about figures of speech. It is the part second of our series of figures of speech, and in this part we would discuss about the figures of speech that are based on imagination, that is hyperbole and personification, and the figures of speech that are based on difference, that is paradox and oxymoron. So let us begin first with hyperbole. The word hyperbole is derived from the Greek word huperbole, meaning to throw above or to exaggerate. And obviously in hyperbole, the poet or the user of the hyperbole used to exaggerate some idea or the person. Hyperbole is used from everyday speech of common man to the different genres of literature. So even you use hyperbole in your common speech, and a number of person used to use hyperbole in their common speech, and it is also used by the people in literature to make their text more effective in certain respects. And now the definition of hyperbole. It is a figure of speech in which deliberate exaggeration of a person, thing, quality, event is made by the poet or the writer as he wishes to. For what purpose he is using hyperbole? Either to express a strong feeling about something, or he is using the hyperbole to make people listen to what he says, or his purpose may be to emphasize something before the reader. Either of the three purposes be there, or all of the three purposes be there. The purpose of using hyperbole is to create a more dramatic effect on the listener or the reader. What the simple language cannot convey, the things said in hyperbolic manner can convey. Now the examples of hyperbole. The tears flowed like a river. The flowing of tears has been compared to the flowing of a river. Obviously, it is an exaggeration. The tears cannot flow like a river, but still the comparison is there. That is why the figure of speech is hyperbole. I have 101 things to do today. The person wishes to express the idea that he is very busy, and that is why in an exaggerated manner he is saying, I have 101 things to do today. Similarly, the other, I will love you until the seas are dry. Neither the seas are dry nor I would quit to love you. So the love is compared to immortality, or love is compared to such a long period of time when the seas are dry. So it is again an exaggeration. He is running faster than the wind. The speed of his running has been compared to the speed of wind. She was dying to get a new school bag. She was dying. The word, see the word dying. Nobody dies for this purpose to get the new school bag. But such word has been used, and it is to exaggerate. That is why it is hyperbole. And the last example is from Shakespeare's Macbeth. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. The blood is there on his hand, and he is asking, will all the oceans be able to wash the blood clean from his hand? The answer is no. So it is in an hyperbolic manner. Now come to personification. It is a figure of speech in which the author or the poet presents or describes concepts, animals or inanimate objects as if these are endowed with human attributes or emotions. It means the inanimate objects are treated as if they are possessing human qualities or emotion. The reader feels that these non-human objects have the ability to act or feel like human beings. Use of personification gives a deeper meaning to literary text by adding vividness to expression. Obviously, this is the work which is done by each and every figure of speech. They give the text a deeper meaning and add the vividness to expression. It proves helpful for readers to understand and sympathize with the non-human characters. When the poet or the author is treating a non-objective, non-living thing as a living one, in that condition, when the reader compares or sees this comparison, it proves helpful to him to understand, and he begins sometimes to sympathize with the non-human things which are described by the poet or the author. The examples of personification. The bees kissed the blooming flower every now and then. The bees kissed the blooming flowers every now and then. The sun stretched his golden arms and climbed above the mountains. The sun has been shown as if possessing the arms like a human being and climbing the mountain as he is going up, or it is going up in the sky. The word he is used for it, and again he is climbing. The grey-eyed moon smiled on the frowning night. It is the time of morning, and morning has been expressed as grey-eyed, as the night is just departing at this time, and it has been shown smiling on the frowning night. And night has again compared to a human being who is frowning. Why morning has come, and morning has also been compared to a human being who is smiling and is grey-eyed. She did not realize that opportunity was knocking at her door. Opportunity has been, the abstract idea has been treated as a human being, and he is knocking at the door, but she did not realize. Time and tide wait for none. It is also a famous example of personification. Now come to oxymoron. It is the figure of speech based on difference. Oxymoron is a figure of speech in which two opposite or contrasting words are put together to create a unique effect leading to deeper figurative meaning. The word oxymoron in itself is a word which is having the combination of two contrasting words. The word oxymoron is having the Greek root and is made up of two words, oxos and moros. Oxos means sharp or wise, moros meaning dull or stupid. And you see, sharp and dull are in contrast of each other, wise and stupid are also in contrast with each other. It means the word oxymoron in itself is oxymoron. And this oxymoron figure of speech produces a dramatic effect when it is used by the poet, and it appeals the reader immediately, and he pauses and thinks about it. It means it compels the reader to pause and think. Examples of oxymoron. In oxymoron, two separate words having the contradictory meanings are placed side by side. The most common kind of combination is an adjective followed by a noun. The other combination may also be adverb plus adjective, noun plus adjective. Now see these words. I have written the words in two colors just to show how they are contrasting with each other. Bitter, sweet, contrasting words. Pain for pleasure, contrasting words. Open, secret. When it is open, it cannot be secret. When it is secret, it cannot be open. But such kind of things are used, open, secret. Loud, whisper. When it is whisper, it cannot be loud. When it is loud, it cannot be whisper. But loud whisper is used. And now this is the famous example from Tennyson. And faith unfaithful kept him falsely true. So again see, I have written everything clearly in blue and red, you can understand. From Romeo Juliet, good night, parting is such sweet sorrow. Sweet sorrow. When it is sorrow, it cannot be sweet, and when it is sweet, it cannot be sorrow, but it is sweet sorrow. Now come to paradox. Students, there is a little bit of confusion amongst these students. I have noticed that they are unable to understand what is the difference between oxymoron and paradox. So try to understand and be careful when reading it. Paradox is a figure of speech in which a statement is made, not words. In oxymoron, there were contrasting words, but in paradox, there is a statement, and the statement has two contradictory ideas put together, but it still seems true. The underlying meaning of paradox becomes clear only after its close analysis. So obviously it is difficult to understand a paradox, and it could be understood when you are making a close analysis of the sentence. Paradox is used with the purpose to arrest the attention of the reader and compel him to pause and think. A paradox is generally a sentence or multiple sentences in length. The basic difference between paradox and oxymoron is paradox is a statement or a group of statements contradicting each other, while oxymoron is a combination of two contradictory words. There is no statement, these are merely words. In a way, it could be said that oxymoron is a paradox reduced to two words. Okay, oxymoron is also a kind of paradox, but in oxymoron, the paradox is limited merely to two words. Now the examples of paradox. I must be cruel only to be kind. It is from Hamlet. The golden rule is that there is no golden rules. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of our saddest thought. See, one statement is our sweetest songs are those. Another statement is that tell of our saddest thought. And both the statements are having the contradictory ideas. And that is why it is a paradox. Success is counted sweetest. One statement, by those who never succeed. The opposite statement, but it is still true. So thanks for patience listening.